Chattanooga Choo Choo is a 1984 American comedy film that doesn't take itself too seriously, drawing both its name and spirit from the classic Glenn Miller song. Clocking in at 102 minutes and rated PG, it's directed by television veteran Bruce Bilson, whose light-hearted touch is evident throughout. The film features George Kennedy in the lead role as Burt Waters, a conniving son-in-law with dollar signs in his eyes. Alongside Kennedy are Barbara Eden, the ever-charming Melissa Sue Anderson, and NFL legend Joe Namath, making for a quirky ensemble cast that brings a playful, sometimes slapstick energy to the proceedings. The premise is delightfully simple, yet absurd. In order to inherit a cool $1 million from his wealthy, eccentric father-in-law, Burt must restore an old steam train, and just like the lyrics of the famous song, ride it from New York's legendary Track 29 to Chattanooga, Tennessee, completing the journey in exactly 24 hours. Of course, nothing goes according to plan. The journey quickly devolves into chaos as Burt fills the train with a motley crew of football players, cheerleaders, love interests, and assorted comic foil characters. The trip becomes a frantic madcap dash across the country, attracting the attention of the media and the public in a whirlwind of pranks, mishaps, romantic shenanigans, and frequent moments of broad physical comedy. If you appreciate classic slapstick and zany, family-friendly humor, there's plenty on tap. One of the real highlights for rail fans and vintage film enthusiasts is the authentic railway footage. Though the story moves from Manhattan to the Deep South, the actual rail scenes were shot on the historic Sierra Railroad in California, with engine number 28 serving as the real star of the show. Train lovers will enjoy the lovingly photographed steam locomotive sequences that evoke a sense of nostalgia for a bygone era of American travel and cinema. Fittingly, the classic Chattanooga Choo Choo tune receives a lively disco makeover courtesy of Thelma Houston, giving the film a distinctly 1980s vibe without losing touch with its old-fashioned roots. Despite all the potential for charm, the movie didn't fare well with critics or audiences upon its release. Reviewers generally dismissed Chattanooga Choo Choo as forgettable and formulaic, with predictable jokes and little to distinguish it from other period comedies. As a result, the film swiftly disappeared from theaters and now exists largely as a humorous oddity, enjoyed mainly by enthusiasts of B-movies, railroad cinema, or those with a soft spot for retro pop culture. To sum up, Chattanooga Choo Choo is not high art, nor is it essential viewing for most movie fans. However, if you're a train buff, an aficionado of 1980s nostalgia, or simply on the lookout for a goofy romp where you can watch George Kennedy lose his pants on a moving steam train, it's a lightweight and amusing diversion. Today, you can hop aboard for the ride by catching Chattanooga Choo Choo, streaming in delightfully grainy quality on YouTube. All aboard! Subscribe to Movies of the 80s on Substack for 80s history and reviews. And subscribe to Movies of the 80s here on YouTube for daily 80s movie profiles.